Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, hold on a second. Mm, yeah, it's like quarter to 8. No, I'm sorry, 7:30 in the morning. I'm literally just getting up. Um, well, no, I take that back. I'm not just getting up. I'm still having my breakfast. Life be lifing, so I'm just gonna combine these thoughts. Some of it is would fall under my chemo journey, and some of it is YouTube street guide. So I'm just gonna mix it all into one because I just I can't seem to find the time to separate them. So sorry. Let's start with the health stuff first. Um, the journey continues. Our last episode. I let you guys know that my oncologist wants me to start a new medication. It's called Levemia, by the way, and it's basically an oral chemotherapy treatment. Um, so I got it. They sent it to me, and they gave me a call while I was at an appointment with my brother. Multitasking at its finest, but anyway, my brother's doing okay, by the way. So ugh. So they go over the side effects with me over the phone, and I'm listening, and I'm like, wait, these sound familiar. I get home, the box, they ship it to me. The box comes a couple of days later. I look at the box and of course, I opened it up and look at the side effects because that's what I do. The side effects include possibility of increased blood pressure, body rash, neuropathy, mouth sores, headache, weakness, unexplained weight loss. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, why do these sound familiar? Because of the same side effects I had when I very first started chemo and they put me on that crap called Paxil. I had the rash all over my body. And y'all can look at my previous chemo journey videos and you'll see. I had a rash. I lost weight. I was losing 10 pounds a week. 1.5 doses of Paxil and I lost almost 20 pounds. My hair fell out. I had a rash all over my body. Weakness, extreme fatigue. I had to work from bed. There was a couple of days I could barely get out of the bed, and I did not have full time help with my mom at the time. So I'm looking at this box of Levemia, and I'm like, no. It was my first instinct was like, I hope I don't get clearance for this because this is the same stuff that the Paxil did to me. So anyway, they gave me a call. They said, we want you to see cardiologist to get clearance, make sure everything's okay, make sure that your heart muscle itself is okay, that you can tolerate this medicine. I was like, oh, okay. And the weird thing was, I had gone to my primary care doctor just for my regular yearly checkup, and she did the EKG. See, EKG's perfect, blah blah blah. And I told her that the oncologist wants me to see a cardiologist, so she referred me to the local cardiologist. I can't get in till December. So I did the follow up with my oncologist, and they said, "Oh yeah, by the way, my PCP was thinking the same thing because I'm a woman of a certain age, over 50, and I should have a what you call it on file anyway because I haven't had one in over 20 years. Stress test. Oh well, December. No, 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 no. You need to have it right away." So I went to Mount Sinai. They have a brand new Heart Specialty Hospital. They do all the tests there, and it's in Queens. Yay! So I didn't have to go too far, and it's beautiful. Let me tell you something. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. So I went up there, talked to the cardiologist there. Real sweet girl, and she a girl. she's well, she has to be more than half my age because she's a full-fledged doctor, but she's very young. And excuse me. And they did the EKG and my blood pressure. My blood pressure always runs high when I go to the doctor anyway, because I'm like waiting. That anxiousness. So, they did the EKG, blah blah blah. I'm chatting with the nurse. Everything's good. Doctor comes in, real nice lady, and she explains like the medicine. It can make your blood pressure go up and blah blah blah. And that's why your oncologist wanted you to come here. I said, yeah, that's what they told me. So, I, of course, being old school, I expected to have at least the stress test and stuff the same day, because that's what they did back in the day. No, 2 separate appointments. So today I go in for what they call carotid ultrasound. So they're going to do ultrasound of the arteries on the side of my neck. And they're also actually going to ultrasound my heart just to get a picture. Then next week I have to go back for the actual stress test. Now, the old school stress test, they put you on the treadmill, they hook you up like an EKG, they put you on the treadmill, and they see how long you last. Now they said they're giving me a medication stress test. So what medication? What brave hell is this? So basically, I go there. They're gonna dress me so I'm doing a actual stress test, like gown and shit. They're going to give me a radioactive isotope, like they do with a PET scan. They give you the radioactive stuff, so basically, things light up. And that's no big deal. I've had that before. Whoop-de-doo. Then they basically take a picture, so it's similar to a PET scan. No big deal. Then they give you another medicine that speeds up your heart. And then once your heart starts speeding up, then they take another picture, because they want to see how your heart is doing under what they feel is stress. That test is going to take about 3 hours, they told me. I have to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning next week. So this is going to be another test for these folks, the 8s, because I have to be there at 8. So I have to leave the house no later than 7:15. So they're going to have to do the handoff by themselves with me not being here, because I won't be back home until maybe 12. As they said, the test itself can take about 3.5 hours, start to finish. And that's including, getting there, changing, the first setting me up and whatnot, and taking the pictures. So, so they're going to have to do the handoff by themselves. It's going to be interesting. So, yeah. I'm not thrilled about taking these tests, but they have to be done. The ultrasound I'm not worried about. I've had it before. It's no big deal. It's not invasive. The other test is going to be a pain in the neck. And on top of that, I cannot have any caffeine 24 hours before the test. And I can't have anything to eat or drink before the test itself that day. So me and Captain Picard will not be getting together until after I get home and take the test. Ooh. Yeah. I thought I would get a break in October and not have too many doctor's appointments. Mm-mm. I have mine. I still have to take my brother for his follow up with his eye doctor, and then next week, which I thought was going to be a quiet week, no. I have 2 conference calls. Then I have to take it's called a Doppler test, by the way. That's what it's called. The Doppler test on Wednesday, which is completely killed my morning. Thursday, I have to go to the funeral home and meet with them and set up stuff for me and my brother. Friday, I have to take my brother back to his regular doctor to follow up on his test that he had the other day. And then the following week, I have to go to Social Security and change little life lesson, y'all. My mother was my brother's representative as far as Social Security was concerned because he has a permanent disability. Of course, now she's no longer capable. She can't do it anymore, obviously. So I have to get that changed to me. So I have to go to the Social Security office, take a letter from her doctor confirming her condition, my ID, I don't think I have to bring her ID, but I have to bring mine, and they give you an appointment. I don't know how long it takes, but I have to go and do it. I can't do it online. I can't do it by mail. I have to go there. I guess they need to see everything in person. So the next week and until the end of the month, I'm going to be jam-packed with appointments. My medical team is, and on top of that, they want to add a cardiologic oncologist onto my care team. Basically, she's whoever it is, I think it's a she, is a cardiologist who is also an oncologist. And they deal with cancers of lungs, heart, whatever. Since they want to put me on this medicine that could affect my blood pressure, therefore affecting my heart, they want me to see this person. The cardiologic oncologist is in Manhattan. I'm like, as long as I have to see her too often, I don't mind. Because it's another slip. So, yeah. I wanted to have a little bit of a break from all these appointments. I was expecting to go and at least have my regular treatment until they get everything settled. And it's turned into luckily my brothers are winding down for a little bit, but it's turning into like every week I have like a bunch of appointments. And I still have to help my client. I still have medical billing clients to do stuff for. So it's a good thing that I have the 24-hour help now because I really need it. I couldn't do all this without 24-hour help. But it can be a bit of a downer, to be honest, because it's just appointment after appointment after appointment. Some of the appointments are one time, but when they're booked literally like one after the other, it's like, can I do something else other than travel to a hospital every other day? So it's not fun, y'all. Not fun. I am trying very hard to find the humor in this, but nah. It's like, okay, come on. You want to add another specialist? Anyway. Anywho. Trying to think what else is going on. I kind of got the AIDS situation is relatively under control. There was one young lady I was thinking of, but her supervisor said, "Let me talk to her, and we'll do it. Let's see how it goes, and if it's still not quite right, then we'll switch her out." So okay, fair enough. So she seems to have stepped up a little bit this week. She's like doing things and coming and asking like, "What would you like me to do?" So she's taking a little more initiative. So I'm like, okay. Then I found out the poor girl. She's worked with babies and young children. She's never really had like an older adult before. Then I realized that's why she don't know what to do. Anyway, and I do have another AIDS story, but she's still here. She hasn't left yet, so um, I'll tell that one separately. So yeah, it's just every 5 minutes is another appointment. Can you come this day? Can you come that day? I'm like, listen, dude, I have other things already booked out, and it's not, I can't necessarily just cancel stuff. So anyway, I am going to the New York Beach Show on Saturday. I don't care if it kills me, I'm going. So, I will probably do another beat and chat. I hope you guys are able to catch the last one. So I am going to do another beat and chat. Maybe, I don't know if I'll do it Saturday night, but maybe Sunday. But I'll figure it out. I may just pop up and do it. I might pre-record it. I don't know yet. So, anyway, about this week in the so-called church sector. It is crash out week. That's the only way I can think of it. Pardon me while I take a look. Well, I shouldn't really eat on camera. Oh, it's good. Actually, I am gonna eat. Sorry. So, anyway, this was crash out week, y'all. I mean, somebody said it was like Young and the Restless, All My Children, Guiding Light, Edge of Night, As the World Turns, all came together at one time. Everybody's crashing out. Larry was crashing out. Mad Church Disease had his little crash out. St. James had a little crash out. Well, he'll say it wasn't a crash out. I don't know. It's kind of a crash out. Everybody had crash out. Everybody did. Everybody except for except for Juice. Juice Radio Talk Show. Bless her heart. Regina's a trip. She's the only one that didn't crash out. And Sean Talks. And Sean Talks, you are in my thoughts because I get what you're going through. I get it. Caregiver to caregiver, I get it. But it was like everybody just and one big crash out week. Larry Reid kicked it off. He crashed out on that other person's show, and it just the YouTube streets just blew up. I'm glad I just stayed in the house. I didn't even come out on the YouTube streets. I stayed in the house for that one because he kicked it off. He had a big 20-30 minute crash out on this other person's channel because of the rental situation between Bishop Bernard Jordan and Matthew Stevenson. There was there's a controversy. Bishop's claiming that the other person, that Matthew Stevenson, hasn't paid rent. He owes back rent, and he basically abandoned the space that he was renting to him. Matthew Stevenson has not said anything, which is his right. He doesn't have to respond to it. And I don't know how the eviction laws are in New York. I really don't. So I don't know if Bishop Jordan can even file an eviction at this point, or because I think, and it's more than what small claims court would handle. So I don't know that aspect of it. I'm not an attorney. I'm not even going to speculate. But apparently there's money owed, a lot of money owed regarding the tenancy. I did a video just discussing the history of the building that's in question. And so there's a lot of talk about that. That is up to Bishop Jordan to decide how he wants to pursue it. Because, I'm not even going to speculate because I'm not 100% certain the relationship between the building, because the spaces that were being rented out are actually belong to it's called the master building, and I described that already. And the spaces that were being rented out were actually part of the original master building when it was built. It was originally an art museum, an art gallery, and a restaurant. So, and there were conference rooms and stuff like that involved in it. So that was the original part of the building, and it's still, obviously it's still there because Bishop Jordan is renting it out. I don't know what the arrangement is, none of my business. So that's where it kind of all started. Larry Reed took Matthew Stevenson's side, for lack of a better way to describe it, and Bishop Jordan went on to St. James's channel to discuss the situation. Larry got upset because this other person I originally thought the person had a transcript. They actually took notes, like had a legal pad and took notes. So they were reading from their notes. Larry Reed ended up getting upset, and he decided to crash out on this person's channel, and the crash out was epic. And of course, the other person originally put it behind a paywall after it aired live first. So if you caught it, you caught it. Then it went behind a paywall. Then, I don't know, they must have talked, and the other person took the video down completely. So if you didn't see it, you missed it. I'm sure someone out there downloaded it, but if you missed it, you missed it. Larry Reed also posted on his community page. He posted a rant on his community page, which has been circulated all over the place. Y'all can find it. I'm not circulating it. Other people have been circulating it. You can find it. And he crashed out in his community post. Then he started another crash out live and decided to go to his members only. He decided he was going to divulge a whole bunch of details and went to members only to divulge said details. I'll talk about that another time because there's a theory that I have behind him doing that. Anyhow, in the meantime, Mad Church Disease went on his rant because he had because he said he wasn't upset, so I'm not going to say he was upset, but he had a difference of opinion with St. James, and there was a whole difference of opinion, and he explained why he took a step back and just stopped talking about other people. And which is true. If you look at his videos, you can tell he was avoiding other people, which is fine. It's his channel. Do you, boo? So the other night he was doing his thing. Mad Church Disease was doing his thing. Bishop Jordan pops up. Who'da thunk it? So Bishop Jordan pops up, and poor soul, he is not technologically gifted. Let's just say he needed some help getting in the StreamYard. But once he got in, he got it going. It was fine. And he and Marcellus and Daryl and a couple of Mary had a discussion with the bishop for over an hour. So Marcellus was online for nearly 3 hours that night. he was getting ready to sign off, and then the bishop comes on. So of course, the bishop gets up into the camera and says, "Larry, Larry, Larry," because one of the threats was, Larry Reed said, if they put my name in your mouth again, I'm gonna reveal everything. I'm gonna talk about your family and blah 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 blah. So of course the bishop gets on camera and says, "Larry, Larry, Larry, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice." So Larry has his next crash out, members only supposedly, and yeah. So Mad Church Disease basically, he talked to the bishop, and it looks like they are going to speak again. And it was interesting because Mad Church Disease has an issue, does not agree with Bishop Jordan's prophetic thing that they got going on. But they are, Mad Church Disease and St. James and them, they are the online theologians. So I'm staying the hell out of it. I am speaking as an audience member. I have no stake in this. I'm just watching everybody crash out. So, that's kind of where we're at. Everybody's been crashing out, and those of us, we've been watching this whole thing, and the commentators are, YouTube streets are lit up. Everybody's talking about what's happened this week. I haven't seen so many reactions and commentary in ages. And I scroll through. I might peek into different channels I've never seen before, and they're popping up. And oh yeah, William McRae, and I don't like William McRae. I really don't. I can't. I can't say what I want to say because it's gonna sound like I'm being mean, and I really not. But we need a new wig. That's all I'm gonna say. He, of all people, took the moral high ground about Larry Reed's crash out. He took the moral high ground. I was shocked. I'm not gonna quote him. Y'all can go to his channel and see what he said for yourselves. I'm not gonna quote him, but it's just like I said, it's crash out week, y'all. Everybody's crashing out. Everybody's upset. It's gonna be. Probably people are not gonna calm. This is not gonna calm down before the weekend. It's not. And it's not going to calm down before the weekend. So, anyway, that's what seems to be going on. Life is life, and y'all. Those of you who have reached out and offered prayers and all that stuff, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And we'll see what happens. Today is the ultrasound. Next week is the other test. And as usual, I'll keep you guys posted. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one. And if anything happens in between, I'll pop in. If I have a moment, I'll pop in and talk about it. But that's what's going on, y'all. So pray for our souls who are crashing out. Send them some decaf. um, some decaf, a hug, just and yeah, I think I'm gonna just stick to Regina's channel for a little while. Get that palate cleansed, y'all, because this whole thing was a hot mess. If hot mess, if a hot mess was people, this was it. This week was it, and I laugh because life is. I have learned that life is short, y'all. Life is short. Don't waste it. Don't waste it on too much back and forth and fighting and fussing. Don't waste it. Like I say in the end of most of my videos, go outside, walk in the sunshine. Go outside, go touch grass. Because at the end of the day, is it really worth it? Is it really worth? And for some people, some of them, yeah, it is worth it because it's a lot of money involved. Clicks, views, ads. There's one particular person that has become aggressive with their advertising. I think on YouTube you have to tell them how much advertising per video that you want or will allow, and one person has become very aggressive with it. It's all money, y'all. It's all money. That's the bottom line. And I get it. YouTube is an opportunity to make money off talking about what you like to talk about. And I think that people are becoming desperate. People are losing their jobs. And now it's more like the money comes first instead of doing what you like. Just my humble opinion. And I am afraid that somebody's going to physically get hurt with all this that's going on. So, I laugh when I can because some of it is pretty funny. But, yeah, man, this crash out week got to end. So, anyway, y'all, let me go off and get my day started. Thank you for watching. Likes are free. Subscribers are always appreciated. Sharing is caring. And if you have questions about what I'm going through with the chemo and what happens and how to prep for a test, and now I'm not giving medical advice. This is not medical advice. This is not medical advice. But if what I am going through is helpful to somebody else, then it's worth it. So that's the deal. Catch up with you guys soon. Peace.